Today is Monday, January 22nd. I'm recording some of these stocks and indexes for this week. Some of these setups can be used for quite a few weeks for that matter. But let's just start off with the S&P. And also before I start, thanks for all of your emails and kind words. It's really great. I guess I should have done it long time ago, but I guess I just got around building these videos. One of the first thing which I wanted to show you is the S&P S&P stock, and it has an ABC pattern, and the ABC trigger itself is actually done on EL, which is there, which if you can see it from this. This is given sometime in the middle of November at 1373, and the first target range is between 1471 and 1507. So right now we are on track to reaching that 1507. I'm going to delete this drawing and I'll show you a couple of more points. On the y-axis, what we have is we have the price targets, which is actually measured from the sea level. That means the projections. These are all completely automatically plotted. So here what we have is a 38%, 62% of the AB level we projected from the C, and then on the x-axis we have the time projections. So the time projections, what it tells us is it takes the entire cycle of the ABC pattern and then it will project it into the future pretty accurately, because I do consider these holidays and any type of half days and into the count, and I actually project it into the future. So here what it's saying is, before the 5th February, if you can see this, my mouse in this area, let me see if I can draw it here. So this is before the 5th February of 2013. The price, the target is about to reach at this point, and seems like it's on track. Right now we have another almost 2 weeks in there to get to this 1507 to 1551, and that's a target range, so I'm expecting it first. And then once this target range is completed, I expect it to have some type of a retracement, and then I guess we will act accordingly at the time when we post it. Okay, so now let's just move on to the next one, which I'm going to show is let's just see industrials. This is the Dow. At the same time, I'm actually updating a few other charts, but I guess you can only see one chart on the screen. Here, what we have is the same thing. Before the 5th February, the price targets are actually between 13,476 and 750, and I bet it is also on a pretty much on track. Now let's go and see some stocks. The first stock is I've been trading IBM for some time. I've posted at least a couple of times in my past videos. You can go back and take a look at it. And at the end of after hours today, it came out with a fantastic earnings, and IBM is right now trading about $9.90, and I have February $205 calls. So here is it. How is it working? So now if you look at it, and this is also called on based on the price at the time projections here. So here now the IBM is going to reach this target of a $203 and $208, and that is my target. So I pick 205 calls, and that's how it's working right now. It's almost trading near 205, so it's up about $9.90. Now let's go and show you a couple of other ones. The Goldman Sachs, I've been posting this stock for quite some time. This is one of my favorite stock. It has an ABC pattern, but this particular type of an ABC, in this it actually qualifies for a flag setup or more than an ABC setup, because the retracement is just about 30. But what I want to show you is the weekly chart and how it's performing it in weeklies. In fact, most of the financials are doing extremely well. And here is the Goldman Sachs weekly chart. And in the weeklies, what we can see is the price is now going to be trading. The targets for this is, the secondary targets is between 146 and 162. This also has some type of an X5 pattern. X5 is like a Gartley and butterfly kind of a patterns too. So now let's just switch to Morgan Stanley. This is also I'm trading. Morgan Stanley, right, it reached $23. It went up by 71 cents today, and this is where I think I start to probably see it's kind of a retracement, or actually it reached its the first target zone is about 23, and I am actually in the 23 calls. So let's see, that's again the it's a daily chart of the Morgan Stanley, and their earnings are expected. Next earnings are on April 18th. So now let's go ahead and see oil. Again, I am trading oil QM, but I'm actually trading from USO calls. So my targets on oil is between, let's see, this is what my first target is, 98 to 102. So I'm actually trading the USO calls, USO. Yes, here. Here is again in 36 and between 37, and that's the first target range of the USO. And then let's just look at one more of the oil-related stock is Chevron. Chevron is again the same type of signals. It's basically it's following the QM pretty closely. Chevron is going to come out with their earnings on February 1. So here what we have is a 106 is its entry trigger, and the targets are between $114 and $118. So it's already trading about 116 as of now. Now let's go and see a couple of other stocks which I've been trading again. Deckers. Deckers has what I call it a pretty small kind of a pattern, but it is actually in a perfect ABC bullish pattern, and today it just went up by 90 cents. So the entry is in $36 and above. So now the first target range I'm looking for it is between 43 and 46. Sometime, I guess, if I were to buy these things, I would be probably looking between February and March calls, probably March calls of $45, and that would be the target range. And now let's see this one, Monster Drink. A Monster Drink also has a perfect ABC pattern, but there's no entry into it yet. The entry is about $51. EL is at 50.98, and that's where we'll be probably entering it. And then right now it's trading at 48.64. Most of the day it actually traded in red, and I think in the end when the market started rallying, it kind of picked up. So if it does trade about the $51, I would be looking for a targets between $56.5 and a $59 type of a target range. And then let's look at these storage stocks, which is a Seagate. Seagate is in a ABC bullish pattern too, and its earnings are coming out on January 28th, just 6 days from now. So that the targets ranges for that is also it's already crossed its first target ranges. So the second target range is between $42 and $47. So today, I really usually don't track this stock at all, but I thought it's something related to it, which is the Western Digital, and that stock also had an ABC, but it's not part of my 150 stocks which I track it, so I've never seen it in this stock in the recent weeks. But this is how the WDC stock is performing, and so you can probably take a cue from this for the Seagate. Let's look at Qualcomm. Qualcomm again, it seems like the 62% AB, which is the 64.93, is actually acting as a resistance, and this it also coming out with earnings within 8 days, so January 30th. And so the first target range is 64.90 and 67, and I do have positions in Qualcomm, so I will be holding it for the earnings also. Okay, next one is this stock. I usually do not track it, but some of you asked me about DDD and these 3D printing kind of stocks, and these are quite a bit in parabolic kind of stocks, and I wouldn't be trading them, but it's kind of interesting to see. And this is also in IBD 50 for the past probably 10-15 weeks, I guess. But I've been watching it, but I have never traded this stock. And so is another stock called Stratasys. This one also, it's not part of my portfolio, but it is there. So usually this is in a very really parabolic patterns, and some of you probably know what my parabolic arc theories are. Most of these patterns should return to 62% of its retracement, but you can never say when is it actually going to stop. So because of that reason, there is a fear associated with it. That's the reason it's kind of difficult to trade these patterns, and I avoid it. And then let me show you another one, which is the LVS, which is the Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas Sands is in a pretty solid ABC bullish pattern, and it's been trading in a really uptrend for the past few weeks. And February 6th is its earnings. So the first target range is between $53.87 and $58, and that's where it's probably going to end up pretty soon. And let me show you a couple of other ones. Let me show you this. Wow, I don't know. One of my chart is stuck. Anyway, this is the euro short. I do not have a position yet, but I'm actually thinking of taking a position on this one. One of the reason is it has actually what I call it the head and shoulders, actually euro dollar has the inverse head and shoulders, so this is the inverse of that, so it's an ultra short of euro. So with that respect, I'm thinking that this may be a short, euro is maybe a short, but I don't have a position yet in this one too. Let me just quickly close with one more of it. Let's see, I was going to show something else. I think that's it. Thanks guys, thanks for your comments again, and I'll be posting again in the next 1 or 2 days.